Hey there, everybody. My name's Enigma, and today I'm going to show you a thing that 4-year-old me was absolutely terrified of. And now that I'm recording this, it's kind of funny to think about it because the name I had for this fearsome creature of the dark was literally just Monster Monkey. Because monkeys were creepy to me as a kid, and they lived in the vents, and so did monsters. Before we begin, I do want to preface that this video isn't really meant for kids. The drawing could be disturbing, or even the story of it all here could inspire something that could spook the kiddos. So when I say this here, it's more of a warning. I can't really stop you from watching this, so do as you will, but if you're 13 and under, it might not be in your best interest. Now, with all of that out of the way, let me get things started here. I'm going to explain how I saw this creepy creature while I draw a little example here of what it looked like. Well, to the best of my current ability and from memory. Let's see. This thing started from a literal, actual nightmare. I remember being in my bedroom, my nightlight's all glowing, and the shadow put the ape in shape thing just comes squirming out of my air vent. Now, where I used to live, the air vents were in the ceiling, so it was likely living in the attic and could easily access every vent in the house. Because that's absolutely how these things work, and most definitely not just a fear of a critter in a dark space that I couldn't see. I have an idea of what it could have actually been, considering I'm an adult now, and it's likely I just heard the air conditioning or the house settling, and immediately assumed that there was some creepy thing living up there in the attic. The forbidden zone, if you will. The place your dad goes into to wire something new, and is just there, above, unseen, and totally consumed by the attic. Horrible. I saw this thing a few dozen times from what I can remember. Variations of circumstances, usually ranging between standing right at the side of my bed or, just crawling down the vent tubes and peering through, watching my every move and waiting, just waiting for the moment that I turn my back so it can come down and eat me or something. I don't remember exactly why it was a threat, as in, I don't really know why or how it would get me. I just thought it would. Always. And keep in mind that I had a loft bed at the time, so this dude had to be really tall. It had a habit of trying to get through my vent grate, easily slipping by the metal slats like that one guy from Terminator 2, except instead of being silver and cool and a robot, it was just blobby and dark and scary, molding itself through seemingly impossible spaces with little effort. It's safe to say it was quite spooky to me when I was little. I had a lot of nightmares about it too, at this point, I don't really remember what was a dream and what was real. But then again, this was nearly 15 years ago, so, got me some slack. There was one time I do remember clearly, regardless of reality, where it climbed up my loft bed side with ease, just practically skipping it. It centered itself along the railing of my bed, and I couldn't do anything but bear witness to this monstrosity as it poised for the assumed kill. Clearly, it did not work, as I am too good for that. So I'm lying there, staring at this absolute glue guzzling bungalow of a critter crawling on out of the vent. Brilliant. And I mean, really, can you believe this, bozo? Imagine being this dude, thinking you're all slick for scaring the bejesus out of a child. Jokes aside, this was very scary in the moment. I remember turning on my lights, and the creature was no longer in my sight, and I yelled out for my parents. I can describe the thing pretty easily, all things considered. It was lanky, vaguely monkey shaped, glowing red eyes, or at least eyes that showed regardless of the lighting, sharp looking nails, and a mouth that never seemed to close right, if it ever did. Rows of teeth, glossy saliva tangled around jagged edges of each tooth. Seriously, this guy needs to see a dentist because gosh darn it, it's the 21st century, and if you're capable of traumatizing a child between the ages of 2 and 8 at random varying degrees, then you can get your big boy pants on and go schedule an appointment with a hygienist. In fact, scrap that. Get some dentures, man. Jeez. Hiding out in the vents like that, scaring a literal child. You seriously have nothing better going on? Pathetic. Jail. Jail for 1,000 years. I don't fear this dude anymore, if that wasn't obvious enough by now. But at this rate, if this idiot tries to do that again, he's gonna get hit with a paper noting when rent is due. And at least clean the vents while you're in there, you dusty ape. Anywho's, here's the finished drawing, and thank you so much for watching and listening to my incessant rambles about a thing that used to freak me out as a kid.